Boom.
Hi, every pony, and welcome to Macintosh and Maud, the show about My Little Pony from two adults who love it in spite of their children.
Welcome to Macintosh and Maud. I'm Diana, aka Maud.
And I'm David, aka Macintosh.
It's My Little Pony Season 5, Episode 10, Princess Spike. Spike shoos away visitors while Twilight rests after an important meeting, but the power of making decisions for the princess goes to Spike's head. All right, it's time for our Spike episode. We start off, we're at some sort of like convention center of sorts in Canterlot. We see a huge crowd of ponies. We've got some random ponies. We see fluffy clouds that we met in episode 5 this season. Welcome to the Grand Equestria Pony Summit.
You delegates have traveled far and wide to represent your cities as we seek to celebrate and learn from all the unique places that make up our wonderful land of Equestria. At tonight's welcome reception, Princess Cadence will dedicate this beautiful friendship statue made up of gemstones from each of your home cities.
So we see this really pretty, colorful statue made up of the gemstones. We can see all the princesses are there. Spike is salivating over it.
He's hungry for some gems.
Twilight nudges him to be like, come on, stop it. That's not dinner.
Now I'd like to turn things over to the one who organized the summit, Princess Twilight Sparkle.
Thank you, every pony. With delegates from over 50 cities attending 3 days of conferences, receptions, and meetings, this is the largest Grand Equestria Pony Summit yet. And let me tell you, putting it together has led to more than one sleepless night. We're so excited to have you here and to learn more about life all across this great land of ours. And you can see the bags under her eyes.
Ooh, she's sleepy.
And now my faithful assistant Spike would like to say a few words.
After Spike yanks on her tail.
Hello, every pony. I'm here to help any way I can. So if there's anything I can do for any of you...
We love you, Princess Twilight!
We love all the princesses!
Yay!
I guess every pony loves a princess.
Womp womp. My little pony, my little pony. My little pony. So we cut to Twilight Sparkle's room, and Spike's doing some cleaning up. He's putting some books away, and Cadence just slams into the room.
Ugh.
Spike! Spike!
And now a pile of books has fallen on top of Spike, which he raises up his claw.
A little help.
Spike, we need you! And she uses her magic to pull him out of the pile.
Of course, what can I do?
And she opens the door, and in walks a very unbalanced Twilight Sparkle.
Whoa, what happened to you?
I'm sorry, Spike, I just need a quick nap. Napkin, tell the delegates I'll...
And she passes out on the pile of books and fluffs them like pillows.
Starts to cuddle them. She's been awake 3 straight days preparing for the summit. We need to make sure she gets some rest today. She'll never be able to attend the welcome reception in this condition. Can I count on you to see that she isn't disturbed?
I promise. I won't let you down.
So we get Twilight in bed and she's snoring. And Spike starts looking through a telescope and he is checking out what's going on. So, a pony with a baby carriage, a pony eating out. And then we see our random pony of the week, which is a mime pony who's clearly not making any noise. And this pony's name is Quiet Gestures. There are so many great random pony options this episode, but it's a mime. It's a mime pony.
There's only one other set that I would be tempted to try to put in this episode, but
I just
the
couldn't.
name is so good.
Quiet Gestures, because it's so simple. So simple, and I love it. So then Spike sees some birds chirping, singing.
Not on my watch.
He actually goes up to the birds.
Up on the spire.
Uh-huh.
Excuse me, can you keep it down a little?
And the bird flies away into Twilight's room.
Okay. And Twilight's just snoring along.
I'll give you birdseed, worms, anything. Just please stop singing before you wake the princess.
Because it's on her horn.
Yeah. Twilight's not disturbed, just snoring away. And then finally the bird leaves.
The bird, looks down, nods in approval, flies away.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. I can't believe that worked.
So then we hear some ponies outside, and we see that there are ponies playing polo, which is weird because horses. Twilight's starting to groan a little, but just in that sleeping way where you just start making noises.
Hi, fellas. Sorry to break up your game, but there's sort of an important diplomatic summit kind of thingy going on, and it involves a princess needing to sleep, and, maybe you could move your game somewhere else?
They look annoyed, but kind of all right. And then we hear a chainsaw buzzing. And we get a horticultural Pegasus that Spike runs over to.
The princess thanks you for your understanding. Excuse me, do you have to do this right now? What?
And he realizes that these are dragon sneeze trees, and his eyes get all red and itchy.
Mm-hmm.
And our horticultural Pegasus says, these are too top heavy. Wouldn't take much to bring these beauties down.
Can't you just wait a few hours?
Sorry, it's a public hazard. I got my orders.
Well, I've got my orders too for Princess Twilight.
Princess Twilight? Why didn't you say so? Gee, I reckon I'll keep a few more hours.
Huh. Good thing I've got princesses on my side.
And so that pony goes, and then all of a sudden we hear some jackhammering going on, and Spike just vibrates on over to a public works pony.
Wow, come on! Excuse me, sir! I really need you to!
And the jackhammer stops. Stop right now!
Let me guess, the noise? Sorry, but I can't have a broken water main.
Ugh, you couldn't do this yesterday?
Hey, pal, I'm just trying to make sure everything runs smooth for the summit.
But there is no summit without Princess Twilight, and she needs things to be kept quiet around here. So if you don't mind...
All right. If that's how she wants it. But if something happens, it ain't my fault.
He walks away, gets right in his face, and then goes away.
And now Spike is super happy about the silence. He looks through the town. He can't see anybody. Everything's quiet. So he goes up to the tower that Twilight's, of course, sleeping in, and he sits down. He's ready to chill.
Princess Twilight will be rested, Princess Cadence will be proud, and Princess Spike deserves a little reward. Princess Spike.
And he's about to put a ruby in his mouth when two ponies show up at the doorstep. I don't know what you're doing. I just don't know.
Oh, let me tell you something, all right? I work forever on this speech, and I know I have more.
Hi, can I help you?
My friend here, the distinguished pony from Manhattan, and I are in a bit of a pickle, and we need the Princess Twilight to resolve it.
Can you talk a little quieter and maybe come back later?
Oh, sure. Gosh, I wish we could, but we're supposed to give speeches about our local economies in 5 minutes, and we've been booked in the same hall.
I had the room first, and let's be honest, my speech is more important.
Point of order there, sir, but I think you'll find my speech is more important one, don't you know?
Look, yous is gonna have a lot of unhappy delegates on your hooves unless we get a ruling from Princess Twilight right now.
Okay, so this is March Gusty Snows, who's clearly Marge from Fargo.
Mm-hmm. Marge Gunderholt.
Marge Gunderholt.
Gunderson.
Whatever. It's hard to keep it all track. Ugh, I love it.
And the other one
is Joe Pescolt.
Clearly Joe Pesci from Goodfellas.
Yeah. Just a little bit. So Spike goes inside. He's going to see what he can do, but Twilight is snoring. But she kind of comes to, does something need scheduling?
Oh, yeah. 2 delegates have speeches booked in the same hall. What do I do?
Okay, no problem. Just put the hay in the apple and eat the candle.
Huh?
Back on the pillow.
Yeah, she is out of it.
Oh, I need an answer, but Twilight can't even think straight. Oh my gosh, what am I supposed to do?
So he walks outside. Well, what did she say? She picked me, right?
Hey, let's not be too hasty there, good sir. I got a feeling she went with me.
Hey, if she didn't pick me, it ain't hard to see that as an insult to all of Manhattan. You know what I'm saying?
And it'd sure be a shame to see something like a scheduling issue create a nasty old rift between Winneapolis and Ponyville.
Winneapolis?
I love Winneapolis. It's my favorite thing in the world.
So, what did the princess say?
Come on now, spit it out.
She said Well, she said that she wants you to share it.
Well, if that's what the princess wants, what are you going to do?
The princess is always right.
And they walk away.
And they just keep talking. Now, there you
Listen,
go. We
no
got
hard
a
feelings. This is
solution.
not
I
about
have
you
no
and
hard
me, all right?
feelings.
I mean, this.
Like, okay. So, we're going to get into this whole thing where Spike takes it too far.
Yes.
But this is a reasonable solution. Just share it.
Well,
Of course, there are logistics and we realize that there's a problem. But of course, it's like, you two are very smart ponies and you couldn't figure out how to share something or to like figure it out. So Spike is like, all right, we're good. And he goes back to stuff his face with gems.
mm-hmm.
Now back to more important things. Chomp, 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 chomp.
Mhm. And so we cut to later in the day and we get a new pony is there. This is the mustachioed pony. Combining those two talks was a disaster. The hall was overcrowded and the speakers just shouted over each other.
Huh? But...
Why would the princess make such a decision? And more ponies have come up and they are just coming after Spike.
By order of Princess Twilight, be quiet!
I was really looking forward to the don't spend all your bits speech, but when I went into the hall, a pony had taken my seat. A pony who used to be my friend.
Your friend took your seat? Big deal. Why don't you just...
No offense, but I don't need some random dragon's opinion. I want to hear what Princess Twilight thinks.
Okay, Fluffy Clouds is a rude ass fucking pony.
Yeah, he's not good.
He's a dick at this point. So Spike goes into the room.
Looks at Twilight.
She's still snoring. So he goes back outside.
The princess says no friendship should end over a seat. You should forgive your friend.
Of course. Oh, the princess is so wise.
No shit, asshole. Fuck you, Fluffy Clouds. Ugh. I'm glad he was never a rando pony.
Nice.
Bitter about his jerkness.
Then Spike makes a little aside.
I could tell these delegates anything as long as they think it came from Twilight. All right, who's next?
And so then we have this line of, okay, there's a pony, and then he goes in, he comes back out, he gives him an answer. He goes in, he comes back out, he gives him an answer. And so we also see a lot of our previous rando ponies of the week and a lot of ones that like we've mentioned or just like a lot of familiar faces. It's really cool. So we get through a big chunk of the line and then we come across a familiar face, Fancy Pants.
So how can Princess Twilight be of service? Well, as host city, the Canterlot delegation feels it's only right that we should get passes to every meeting and party, yes? Well, that doesn't seem fair. I mean, Princess Twilight doesn't think that seems fair. Yes, very well. It was worth a try, though, wasn't it, old chap?
And he goes. And it's just like, you entitled jackass.
Yeah, well, I do appreciate Fancy Pants being, well, I gave it the old college try.
Like I appreciate him saying, like, worth the try, okay.
Also, it's entirely possible that he didn't really care, but his whole delegation said, go do this now. And he's like, fine, I'll go ask.
Well, okay, and so now Spike is feeling really good about himself, so he goes and takes Twilight's schedule, her list, which is, very, very important to Twilight.
If I could check a few of these meetings off Twilight's schedule, then when she wakes up, she won't have to think about anything but the reception.
Still moderately good.
Like, he's trying to be benevolent, but...
Maybe he's justifying a little bit.
He's not running errands, now he's taking meetings, because we go into town and we meet with Frazzle Rock.
It says here you have a meeting with Princess Twilight.
Yep, she wanted me to prepare her on all the different gemstones in the Citizens of Equestria statue before the reception tonight.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, I'd rather tell the princess directly.
Well, if it helps, you can call me Princess Spike.
Blink, 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 blink. He has little eyelashes pop up.
No, it's all right. The princess asked me to take care of a few things for her. That's why I came to find you.
If you say so.
The princess says so.
Okay, let's start with Topaz. Then we come across the same public works pony. He's taking a break and eating an apple.
I'm here for your 2:00.
But I'm supposed to be briefing Princess Twilight on the progress of the water main.
I speak for the princess.
Well, can I start fixing it again? I'm getting a little worried, to be honest. And we can see the pipe is starting to break.
Actually, Twilight still needs her rest, and her no-noise policy is still in effect for a few more hours. Sorry.
And as he turns, he runs right into Cadence. Hey, Spike, how's it going?
Oh, just setting him up and knocking him down.
What do you mean?
Not only have I kept things quiet so Twilight could sleep, I also took care of her afternoon meetings so she won't have to worry about them when she wakes up.
Are you sure she'd want you to be doing that? There are so many things to keep track of at this summit.
Nah, don't worry, I got it covered. I know Twilight so well, it's easy to make decisions like her.
And so she thanks him, and she also kind of starts asking, are you sure you're not speaking for Twilight a little bit?
Enjoying it? No way! The only things I'm doing by order of the princess are for the good of this summit.
Like, Cadence has got his number. She knows what's up. So we cut to a little montage of Spike doing things by order of the princess. He's getting a massage.
By order of the princess.
He is tasting gem cupcakes.
By order of the princess.
He's getting a portrait of him looking super buff.
By a Leonardo da Vinci pony.
Who's got a Mona Lisa on his flank.
I love it.
It's pretty good.
By order of the princess.
And then he's just lounging in a chair with a bowl of gems.
Just eating in the giant hall.
Princess life is good.
Sure it is, but it's also hard work, isn't it?
It's not so bad.
Spike, I'm concerned you might be abusing your relationship with Twilight.
What are you talking about? I'm a great princess. I mean, Twilight's a great princess, and I've been working hard to help her. When two delegates had a falling out, I'm the one who fixed their friendship. I listened to that pony drone on and on about gems for 45 minutes so Twilight wouldn't have to.
And just continues to relate all the things that he did to make everything better.
And Cadence is not buying it.
Okay, maybe I did get a little carried away making decisions, but it's not like anything bad happened.
So now we get the Rube Goldberg of bad shit.
This happens like every 3 episodes.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. So the polo ponies are playing. They run into each other. They knock over the trees, and the trees knock over the pipe and bust the pipe. And the pipe is spewing so much water that the hall gets flooded.
It sprays directly into the reception hall.
Like, exactly only there. So Cadence says that she's going to go shut off the main, but Spike needs to get rid of the water.
I love Spike floating on a table.
This is unexpected.
Cadence plugs the pipe with gems.
To which the public works pony just grins.
Yeah, he thinks that's pretty cool. And Fancy Pants has gone up to the door to the hall, and it busts open with water everywhere.
But at least the water's gone.
Yeah, and Spike says,
At least the statue's okay. Oh no.
because there are dragon sneeze trees, like bits everywhere.
Oh no. What?
And the gem statue just falls to pieces.
Oh, bless me.
Yes, Spike, bless you. So now all the delegates are just super freaking angry. They rush in.
Oh my, what is the meaning of this? Well, you see, there was this polo game. How could you let a water main burst on Canterlot's most important day?
Hey, don't look at me. Princess Twilight said to stop working on it.
Well, what about these trees? I ordered them trimmed just to avoid the situation.
But the princess told me to stop, bub.
Why would the princess make such horrible decisions? This all could have been prevented.
Rah, rah, rah.
Please, every pony, listen. I'm so sorry this happened. What are you apologizing for? These were Princess Twilight's awful decisions.
I'm about to blow my stack on Princess Twilight. I'll tell you that for nothing.
Yeah, me too. I'll not let Princess Twilight give Canterlot a bad name in the eyes of Equestria. Come on, every pony. Let's go give her a piece of our minds.
And so the ponies start running up to yell at Twilight the tower, and Spike is just running after them, yelling.
Wait! Wait! What is it now? There's an angry mob here that demands satisfaction.
So Spike goes in, and he wakes up Twilight. I'm glad you're here, Spike. We've got a lot to do. Do you know if the water main was fixed?
You seem well rested.
I haven't slept like that since I was a filly.
You haven't? Well, at least I got one thing right. And it was the one thing Cadence asked of me. Maybe I did do a good job today.
And then we hear the knocking on the doors, and they burst open. And Fancy Pants, what's wrong?
Don't play games with me, princess. You know why I'm here.
Is this about the special privileges you wanted? Because this seems a little extreme.
The special privileges? The last thing on my mind is special privileges.
What's going on, Spike? And she turns around and Spike is trying to leave through the window. So...
Long story short, I made a few decisions on your behalf.
Cut directly to the hall that has been destroyed. A few decisions?
Well, maybe more than a few, but I had good intentions. Honest. Until I didn't anymore. I'm sorry, Twilight. I guess I got a little carried away.
Well, Spike, one of the most important things a princess can do is to realize when she's made a mistake and fix it.
How do I do that?
You could start with them. And, we see all the delegates there, watching what's going on.
Hi there, every pony. So I guess I owe you all a pretty big apology. It's funny. Here we are at a summit that brings together ponies from all across Equestria, and all I could think about was myself. You all came here to celebrate the things that make each of our cities so unique and special, but instead of getting into the spirit of things like all of you, I used my friend's position to make myself feel good.
So then he starts, putting the gems back together, but, they're just not doing it. They're not fixing, because they're not, actual puzzle pieces.
The Canterlot ruby goes here, old sport.
And ours goes here, don't you know? And so, everybody, all the delegates grab their gem, and they eventually put the whole thing back together.
Does this mean you forgive me?
Sure. The whole idea of this statue is that when each of us plays our own small part, it adds up to something great.
Quite. Just like how all our cities make up the beautiful land of Equestria.
I hereby dedicate the Citizens of Equestria statue to every pony who plays their part, no matter how big or how small. Yay! And they hand Spike a bouquet, but it's of dragon sneeze flowers.
Oh, come on!
End credits.
Okay, so this is supposed to be the Citizens of Equestria statue in the shape of a pony. Okay, ponies make up the majority of the citizens, but it's going to be dedicated to every pony. Well, Spike is not a fucking pony. Ugh. And okay, it's a pony summit, because my first question is well, it's all about Equestria. Where are the griffins?
Well, there are griffin delegates.
Okay.
We see them in the crowd.
Which doesn't make sense because it's called a pony summit. So it's just, yeah.
These are some blind spots that Equestria needs to address.
I hope going forward they address it more, because I know we just expand the universe and we get more creatures and we get more animals, and this is some real shade at the dragons. All right. Well, until next time.
Bye, every pony.
Bye. Thanks for listening. Be sure to review and rate us on iTunes, Stitcher, or wherever you listen to your podcast. For questions, comments, and recommendations, you can email us at macintoshandmaud@gmail.com or find us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.